We all like a little bit of luxury. We all like being pampered, and there's not a lot of better ways of doing that and traveling at the same time than with Uniworld's cruises. They're known for being hyper luxury kind of things. So if you like butlers and that sort of thing on your cruises, and let's be honest, who doesn't like to pretend they're Batman once in a while? Uniworld's probably the way to go. But to give you the introduction and to introduce you to the product, we've got Jolene Campbell in here, who's from Uniworld Boutique River Cruising. Welcome to the studio, Jolie.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Okay, good. Right. I promised you no tough questions.
Yes.
So let's just start right at the beginning. Uniworld, what is it?
We are a luxury river cruising product. So we like to think of ourselves as a luxury floating boutique hotel, and we sail all of the major rivers in Europe. River cruising is a very unique way to experience Europe, and we like to position ourselves as a luxury product, offering a very boutique style ships and itineraries and
right. So it's a lot of staff to passenger complement.
Yes, so we actually have the highest staff to guest ratio in the industry. So for every 3 guests, we have 1 staff member, and that's fantastic because it just allows us to give a personalised service and just a more personalised experience. And our staff are absolutely fantastic, and it's the service that really does set us apart. And it's what's memorable and what our clients come back remembering is our wonderful service and that personalised service that they received.
Right, because it is obviously it's a market that increasingly over the last couple of years you've seen more and more companies kind of going into river cruising, particularly in Europe. What are your main products in Europe?
So yeah, river cruising is gaining popularity, and not just in South Africa, but certainly worldwide as well, because people are discovering a totally different way to experience Europe. So we are sailing the major rivers of Europe, and that means that you can get into the real heart of the cities and the towns. So sailing through the destination, being able to dock in the main ports in those different cities, and really just walk off the ship into the town and explore, and your hotel is always there waiting for you. So our main rivers and our most popular would be the Rhine River and the Danube. That's also the longest rivers in Europe.
Right.
And then we do also cover France quite extensively. So we do the Rhone, the Seine, we do the beautiful Bordeaux region. We do the Douro River in Portugal. And then, of course, we do Russia on the Volga River. But I would say our most popular would be our Rhine and our Danube cruises, simply because of the scenery.
Right.
The castles along the Rhine are just gorgeous. And those towns really just have so much history and really just fantastic to explore and something very different.
Right, and I noticed that your food is something that you actually pride yourself on with these particular tours.
Yes, so the Culinary Delight. I just went on a cruise now. I did the Christmas markets, and I thought I was going to roll off that ship. There was so much food. It was fantastic, though, and we really do pride ourselves on the culinary experiences. So not just the normal meals that are included, but rather the other experiences that we add that are extra. So, for example, when we do our cruise in Italy, so from Venice up the Po River, we do a beautiful pasta making demonstration in Bologna. So that's done by the ladies who've been making pasta for years, and then we have a wonderful lunch afterwards to experience that. On board, we do cookie making demonstrations, Black Forest cake making demonstration when you're in Germany, so it's very pertinent to that destination.
Right.
But food, of course, we focus on. I think food for a lot of people is a big part of traveling and being able to eat what you want and really experience the food of that destination. So it's all obviously included with Uniworld as well, so all meals. And along with the food and that culinary experience, we have food and wine pairing. So we bring wine into it quite a bit.
Right.
We have a lovely cruise in Bordeaux, which obviously does focus on wine quite a lot. And on board our cruise in Bordeaux, we have a sommelier who explains the wines every evening that you'll have with your meals. You can have wine tastings with him. So we include quite a lot of wine tasting on all of our cruises.
Yeah, which helps because you don't have to drive anywhere. Bed is right there, and the next morning
Exactly.
you wake up and you're somewhere else.
Exactly.
And marvelous. Okay, but apart from Europe, you also do a couple of other places, a couple of other countries, China, India.
Yes, so Europe is the most extensive, and then and then Russia, and then with Asia we have a beautiful 14-day cruise down the Mekong. So we do Vietnam and Cambodia. It's 7 nights land in Vietnam, and then we do a beautiful cruise down the Mekong River for 7 nights. We then also have China. So China really is a lovely destination. A lot of it is land, so staying in beautiful hotels like the Shangri-La and the Ritz-Carlton. So we do land-based touring, and then we do a bit of cruising on the Yangtze River, and that's actually gaining popularity. People looking for a new exciting destination and maybe moving away from Europe a little bit, looking for something like China and wanting to do it with a reputable operator.
Well, and I suppose China and the Far East is quite intimidating to people who haven't been somewhere exotic, and I suppose doing it as a cruise where everything's contained and you don't have to run around asking where your train timetables are. Or
exactly, and I think it's the language barrier as well. And if you're going with an organized cruise, that still allows you flexibility to enjoy the destination on your own. People do feel far more comfortable. So all of your meals are included. Even the tipping is included. Often tipping is quite tricky. So we do include tipping on the land portion of our China cruises and with Europe. Sometimes you never really know what to give people. So that's all included. And then we've found the best hotels, the best places to eat. So we've done all the work for you. And really, a holiday is about being on holiday and not having to work for it. So I think that's why people do enjoy more of an organized cruise. But at the same time, we like to give clients a bit more flexibility. So, for example, with our shore excursions, we have wonderful shore excursions included in Europe and in Asia. But we give a lot of choice. So on some days, you'll have 2 shore excursions that you can choose between. We try and tailor make it as much as possible, and then we also allow a lot of free time.
And what you say there is quite interesting is that they're included. They're not they're not a separate expense that you'll then pay when you get there.
So we have our cruises are all inclusive in Europe. That means all meals, all shore excursions. And the shore excursions, there's quite a lot included. You wouldn't have to add anything more on. Okay. So in the morning you have an excursion, and then in the afternoon it's normally free time, but people do like that time to relax. And the excursions really are incredible. So for example, in Italy we go to St. Mark's Basilica, but for a private opening. Right. So it's just our group. So we go in the evening when all the crowds have settled, and we discover the basilica just with our group.
Yeah, that's
so
incredible,
because
those crowds are something else.
In Russia, we do a ballet, which is included. So the inclusions are great. So all beverages included as well, which was actually new for 2014. So unlimited beverages on the ship.
Oh, no, this is dangerous.
All of your cocktails, spirits, everything. So that was all included. And again, I think it's more about not having to think about putting your hand in your pocket or think about how much this is costing you. Yeah. And when the euro is sort of fluctuating as much as it does, you don't want to have to be on holiday and constantly converting in your head.
So maybe buy it now, because the euro has just been smashed because of Greece. So perhaps now's the opportunity to buy it quickly now, get everything inclusive, and pick it up later in the year. Yeah?
Well, what is fantastic is that we have a rand price guarantee on our cruises. Right. So our cruises were already priced last year for 2015. Oh, wow. So they don't fluctuate.
Okay.
And that's great. So all of the brochures that are printed on our website and in our brochure are guaranteed and won't change. So that's really fantastic. It's not in dollars. So with the all-inclusive, what am I missing? Okay, so all your tipping is included. And then, of course, we've got things like free Wi-Fi on the ship. We have a wellness coach on the ship. So if you're feeling a bit bad about all that food, we've got yoga classes and a gym and quite a lot of active things to do.
I do not care about the gym.
And no, but we find that being able to, for example, do a bicycle tour of the vineyards in Bordeaux is quite popular, and people want that. Yeah. And where we dock, for example, in Cologne, it's very easy to go for a run along the promenade. And for a lot of people these days, keeping active and wanting to have that gym facility on board is quite important.
For sure, yeah. And as you say, trying to avoid being guilty and feeling terrible.
We even have a traveling light menu actually in the dining room. So we have our normal menu, and then we have a traveling light option if you are starting to feel
all right, let's pinpoint some of the specific tours that you would like to kind of put a spotlight on now. Which are your favorites? Which are the ones you're advising people go on?
I personally love the Rhine River. I think it's gorgeous. And our cruise, the Castles Along the Rhine, starts in Amsterdam and ends in Basel. That is really beautiful, and it's simply because of the scenery. It is gorgeous. I have personally traveled on our Bordeaux cruise. That is stunning, and especially if you love wine. It's quite a nice focus. But even if you don't love wine, it's the vineyards and the scenery, and Bordeaux itself is incredible. For Asia, I mean, our China cruises really are lovely, and as I said, growing in popularity. But one of our most exciting new destinations for 2016 is India.
Okay.
So we'll be traveling to India. We have a 12-day itinerary, and we sail the Ganges. So what we do is we do a land-based tour before, where we go to Agra, Jaipur, and New Delhi. And then we fly down to a place called Murshidabad, I think is how it's pronounced, and we sail for 7 nights on the Ganges River. an incredible ship, an incredible itinerary, and we were already seeing bookings for 2016. And I think that's an exciting destination. And again, India is the type of place you would want to go with an organized group and someone who's done all the work for you.
Yeah.
Yes. So, but we offer really an extensive range of itineraries. At the moment, we have wonderful savings on our Christmas market cruises. And I was lucky enough to travel in December on the Rhine holiday market. So that is really Germany in Christmas time.
Right.
And it's beautiful. Those Christmas markets are stunning. I mean, yes, it's cold, but one Glühwein and that's sorted. But the Christmas markets are just so truly special. And we're seeing a growth there in popularity from the South African market as people are looking for something different to do for Christmas.
Right.
They're looking for that winter wonderland feeling, and really those towns and cities come to life at Christmas time. And of course, you've got less crowds, less people are traveling at that time.
Yeah.
So for our Christmas market cruises, if you are thinking about December and your December holidays already, which you should be, considering availability and all of that, we do have pay in full savings that end at the end of March for our Christmas market cruises, where you book early and save.
Right, so how do people actually go about booking these things?
So, of course, you can go to your trusted travel agent. All of them have our details in store. You can call us directly, and then you can go onto our website, which is uniworldcruises.co.za, and then all of the information is there. But I would urge people to book early. It's very popular. River cruising is growing, and experiencing river cruising with Uniworld is truly special. And, I'm not just saying that. I've experienced 4 cruises now, and I think the all-inclusive makes a very big difference to your holiday. Yeah. And the service is truly, it's impeccable. It's what you remember from your holiday, and you've treated like a princess from the moment you step onto that ship. And that's what a holiday should be. It should be lying in the lap of luxury and enjoying it, and the food and the entertainment and loving it. And there's another highlight that I'd like to mention.
Yeah, sure. No, please.
For 2016, right. 2015 this year, on our Danube cruises, for fans of The Sound of Music. And I know my mom is a fan of The Sound of Music, so much so she's booked a cruise already. So we have Elizabeth von Trapp, who is has special performances on our ship through May to August. So Elizabeth von Trapp is the granddaughter of Baron and Maria von Trapp,
right.
The original. And she sings, and she does these beautiful Sound of Music sing-alongs, and she will, on 3 of our cruises, be coming on board for one special evening performance to just the Uniworld guests.
Oh, wow.
So for fans of Sound of Music, the Danube cruises really have something very exciting to offer this year.
Right, well, there you go. So if you're looking for something a bit different, you're looking for something that probably costs the same as Cape Town, despite its absolutely unbelievable high luxury, then you're looking at Uniworld Cruises. Go to their website, uniworldcruises.co.za, or I believe you can probably find them on social media, on Facebook, Twitter,
of course, yes,
all that
Twitter
sort of thing.
and Facebook, yes.
Yeah, so if you have any questions, that's what you got to hit them up for. That was Uniworld Cruises. Absolute unbelievable luxury. Why not? Just do it. There's nothing to hate about that.